weight loss journey. I was kind of overweight, depressed, and stuff like that. And then I started working out at home. I couldn't afford a gym because I didn't have a job. So I started working out at home, and then I started to see the results. I felt good. And then I'm like, okay, that's great. Then I got a job, afforded a gym, a personal trainer, and then, he then encouraged me to do bodybuilding. So I did all of that for like 5 years, and then it turned into a passion. So I started helping people, and then I decided, you know what, this is what I love to do. And so I got certified so that I can do it the right way.
Nice. So how would you describe your journey so far since you started
training persons
for
myself.
Training even for yourself.
It's been rather interesting because, at first it starts off as fear. Because when you're in that mode, you think like, man, I can't do this. You have that fear in you that I can't lose weight. I've been this size all my life, or for most of my life. And so it's like, okay, the fear of what will people think when I start exercising? What will people think when I, start losing weight? Or how will I feel? So it started off as like almost like a self-discovery or rediscovery. So there was a lot of fear and hurdles to jump over. And then also with the personal training, there's that fear too. Like, now, how would people receive me as a trainer? Would they really believe my story? Did you really do this? Although they see the progress, they see everything, they think like, what's the shortcut? But there's no shortcut. There's no shortcut at all. It's just lots of hard work, dedication.
Before we talk about the business side of it, by the way, just talk to me about your background. Where were you raised? Are you from Nairobi?
Born in Nairobi.
Born and raised.
Yes, born in Kenya. But I'm raised in the Caribbean mostly, in Antigua and Barbuda. So that's where I grew up mostly. So between there and Kenya, I've spent most of my life.
Interesting. So, and those sides, is fitness a thing?
Oh yeah, it is. It is. So that's where my journey actually took off.
Is it Antigua?
Yes,
Where
Antigua and Barbuda. It's in the Caribbean
islands.
Yo, Kwanzaa, we're starting a show, man. Hey, Ebu just paused there. Yo, so today my brother Brian Udor came through. So we're gonna start this show called In the Caribbean.
In the Caribbean.
And I know I'm gonna ask him to host her.
Definitely.
She should definitely be his first guest.
Bring some Caribbean vibes.
I know. Do you like Caribbean music?
Of course. Yes.
And the food is dope.
And the food too. But I saw pictures of guys in the Caribbean. Everyone looks fit, eh? Is it because of the beach life? You always want to have that good body or whatever.
You always want to show your body.
Yeah. Is that the story?
Maybe it's good peer pressure. I mean, people are into sports and stuff like that. So you get that, that community around you to do stuff like that.
So, Steph, okay, fine, jump in.
Yeah, so I like how you've taken us through your entire journey, but now take us through, helping other people. Are there some people who've come to you who are like completely mentally blocked and they're like, no, I can't lose weight. I've tried. It's not happening. And then you have to take them through, before you go into the workout, just unblocking them mentally.
Yes, definitely. So actually, that's why my business is called Mind Muscle Journey. So we start at the mind first. Because if your mind doesn't believe that you can do something, you'll never get it done. So there's always this thing of clients coming with fear. They're fearful. So most of it's fear. So I help them to build their confidence and create a positive mindset. There's just something about overcoming. When you can overcome, it's just, superlative, and it's healing to you when you overcome that big fear, the things that you fear. So for me, the main focus or the first thing to do is to change that mindset of I can't, because you can. And I always tell people, if I can do it, anybody can. Because I was the person who used to talk myself out of everything, almost anything. So I always, give my story because I know that my story can motivate others to do it. And so, once we get the mind right, then we get going. The rest is
awesome.
I love that you mentioned bodybuilding, because there's a lot of women who are scared of lifting weights because they're like, oh, I don't want to look manly. I don't want to change my shape. Like, what would you tell them to get out of that whole perspective?
Is it true?
No, it's not true. It's very impossible for a female to do bodybuilding and look like a man, because genetically we're made up differently. Men have more testosterone, women have more estrogen, and yes, you can build muscle, but you can't look like a man. Of course, there are different body types, but it's impossible for you to look like a man. So how I get them out of that mindset, I give them all the benefits of weight training. It's important. It's like your anti-aging pill to strength train. It's very important for everyone to strength train, especially women, because as we age, you know, sometimes when you see like older people, the main thing they do is fall and break bones and stuff like that. They're unable to carry their load, and a part of weight training is carrying a load. So these are things that you do, that you implement in your life. It's lifestyle training. It's not just lifting weights to build muscle to look like a man. It's a lifestyle. It's a part of life. It's like waking up, taking a shower, brushing your teeth, those things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are some of the most common fitness goals that people come to you with? You know, I want to, get abs. I want to lose my, my tummy.
Yeah.
What are the most common ones you encounter?
Abs, mainly for women. They want to build their glutes or their bum. And also, for quite a bit of persons or clients that I've had, it's just about lifestyle, movement. They don't want to look like a model per se, but they just want to be more active, be more productive, sleep better and stuff like that.
Functional.
The good benefits.
Yeah. And what sort of certifications do you have?
So I did my certification with International Sports Sciences Association, my personal training certificate, and also I'm a corrective exercise specialist. So let me just break it down really easy. That's for persons who may have been injured. And so if they're getting back into the gym now, I help them to get back on target with what they were doing, get back into movement. So I work along with a physiotherapist also. So he gets them on their feet, and then I now take over for them and build back the mobility, build back the strength, things like that. And also it's preventative. So in the gym, I make sure that clients have correct form so they don't get injured. So it's not about ego lifting. Everything is safe. Safe exercise.
Actually, you can expand on that for us, because I know there are many people out there who imagine that simply because you've gotten an injury in the gym, now that means you probably never have to go back to the gym. Is that true?
No, it's not true. It's not entirely true. Of course, you go with your doctor's orders in terms of when you can move. But I don't know if you've heard this terminology, movement is medicine. So you need to move. When you get an injury, you have to move, depending on the type of injury, of course. You need to move so that you could get back mobile, get the joints mobilized. So like, let's say you have a shoulder injury and you're now rehabbing the injury. You want to ensure that you're moving so that in the long run, you can now move your hands, pick up, carry a load, things like that.
By the way, like if you have like a shoulder injury, can you focus on other muscles while your shoulder is recovering?
Well, it depends on, of course, what type of injury you have.
Yeah.
So you can't just say, I have a shoulder injury, let me do. But generally, yes. So let's say you have an upper body injury, you can work on your lower body. You don't even have to go into the gym, because exercise is not enclosed in a gym. Movement is different things. It could be walking, it could be dancing, it could be swimming, cycling, anything like that. So don't restrict movement to, I can't go to the gym to lift or carry a load. You can walk, you can do other things.
Yeah, what's your favorite type of workout?
Weight training.
Weight training.
I love strength training. It's me.
I know. Yeah, but what muscle though? What type of exercise?
I would say squats. I like to do my lower body, and I also like to train my back, because in this world you need a big back.
Yeah.
So you need a strong back. So
Kwanzaa, when somebody tells me that they love to do the squats, I rate them very highly. I'm just like, why your standards are high, girl?
No, that's great. So I have high standards.
Yeah, because you need a lot of motivation to do squats regularly.
Speaking of motivation, actually, many people suffer. They don't have motivation. So how do you handle clients who just don't have motivation, like myself, or consistency sometimes?
You're special. Kwanzaa, you just need to sign up this one.
And I also wanted to ask about men, so maybe answer that one first.
Okay, so let me start with the motivation aspect. So you're not always going to be motivated. It's creating a discipline or creating something that you can do. It doesn't have to be every single day. It could be twice a week, 3 times a week, something that you enjoy. So a lot of times people would, let's say, okay, I'm working out with somebody just because I want to work out, but they don't actually like that particular activity. So let's say it's swimming, and I don't really like swimming, but I'm doing it because I need to be active. So eventually you're going to be like, okay, let me stop. So if you find something that you really enjoy, it could even be walking. Walking is so important. Some people underestimate the power of walking. Something like walking, dancing, things like that, or something that you enjoy, then that's something that you can build on. So you can say, all right, let me set a goal 2 days per week, I will walk at this time, and that's your time.
Right.
And then you look at it as I'm taking care of me, because if I don't take care of myself, I can't help anybody else.
True.
So I have to take care of me, and then I can pour from that cup. You can't pour from an empty cup.
I love that.
So,
Correct.
yeah. So this is my time. I don't want to be disturbed at this time. This is what I'm doing for me. And then you'll find that you have that mental clarity. Then you feel better. You get the endorphins, as we say, the happy emotions, and then you're able to now be more consistent with it, because you chase the feeling, you chase the endorphins, and so you become disciplined. And so when the motivation is not there, the discipline kicks in. So I'm like, okay, I've disciplined myself to do this at this time of the day each week, and so you do it.
Do you ever train men? And if
yeah.
How is that experience with training men as a woman?
I mean, of course, at first, some would be like, are you sure you could train me? Are you sure? But then when they see like, oh, you can lift that weight, they're like, okay, then they're more confident. Or if they see or know my background, then they become more confident. But yes, I've trained some men, and it's good. It's good, actually.
Yeah.
What about someone who's trying to focus on stability and mobility? Like that's their main aim, just to be stable. What exercises would you give them to do? Because they're not confident enough to go to the gym, and they don't know what to start doing.
Oh, yeah. So it depends on the type of mobility that they want to do. So you could have like ankle mobility. Maybe your ankles are tight, your hips, your shoulders could be tight. So depending on the type of mobility that they want to achieve or they want to get better at, then I can now curate a program towards their goals. So I don't give people a cookie cutter program. Everything is tailored to suit the individual needs. So if let's say, for example, you want to have more mobile hips, you want to go deeper in your squats, if that's the reason why, then I give you exercises to open up your hips, stretches to open up your hips, hip abductors. I don't know if you know the machines, they call them open and close, just for visual. Things like that, and then progressing in like squats to help with hip mobility and to help open up the hips and also the stretches as well. So it just depends on the client's goals. So I can't just say, okay, give this exercise for this. It depends on what are your goals, what's your target, and then this is what we do.
Yeah, we had a bit of a conversation with you, I think yesterday or the day before, and we were just like trying to discuss this, and I've had the same conversation with some family members. Sometimes it doesn't seem like everything that you do will work for the next person, because I feel like there's some people who really try to jog and it's not working for them, but there's some people who just, change their diet and it really works, or guys go to, weight training and there's no results. How would you advise someone to like identify exactly what works for them?
Well, it should not feel like a chore. It should not feel like, man, I have to do this right now.
Yeah.
You should be excited to do it because you know it's going to help you get better. So that's the approach you want to take. It should not feel like I'm only doing this because I don't want to. You're doing it because I love to. I love the feeling. I love what happens after. I love the longevity, I can live longer if I do this. Yeah, so that's just a simple approach to it.
Yeah, that's interesting. I want to bounce off your question. So I've noticed most fitness instructors usually like put guys in the same room and then we have like a standard workout for all of us. Isn't that like such a rookie mistake? Isn't that like... That's like a very wrong way to approach your clientele, isn't it?
I mean, okay, so if you're talking about, like, let's say group classes, like aerobic classes, those could be generalized in a way that, yes, it can be suitable for the masses. However, that's why maybe we'd say personal training is more important for people who don't want to be generalized in a group. If you're just in a group to get fit, okay, fine. But if you have personalized needs and you have, let's say, injuries or things that you can't do, I wouldn't recommend that you do like group boot camps and things like that, because the focus is not going to be on you only. It's just the group. They'll only be focusing on the group and getting them fit. Yeah,
I know, because when I see fitness instructors putting like you just check it like you have a new client and then you tell him, join the group, chop, let's go, and then now you're overtraining them. Speaking of overtraining, is there such a thing as overtraining, especially when it comes to weightlifting? For example, 6 days a week, you're going mad heavy, PR every workout. Yeah, so I was watching a guy called Mike Rashid. You probably know him. CT Fletcher. Now, these guys are passionate about overtraining. You know what I mean? Yeah, like they do like, you get 30 reps, mad heavy weights. Yeah, and then if you check in the comment section, guys are like, you guys, you should give your body time to heal. But these guys are like, if you're going to go hard, intense, you get better results, faster results. Is that true?
I can't say I agree with that. You see, these guys, they are, I'm trying to find the politically correct word to use.
Take your time.
They're a bit more enhanced, so they can do more in the gym and for more times of the day and stuff like that. Not a regular person working out in the gym, you need to give your body time to rest and rejuvenate. Because if you just work out, you don't rest. Rest is as equally as important as working out. So your body, your muscles, because when you work out, you break down your muscles, your muscle fibers. So now the body needs that time to recover and grow, if things like that, so that you can now go again and train. So yes, there's a side of, yes, you can overtrain or overwork the muscles, but you have to ensure that you are resting. And of course, if you're listening to, let's say, people online, you have to listen from their perspective. What are they doing outside of the gym?
Yeah.
If you get what I'm saying.
No, trust me, I'm with you. What about slow results? You
mean like when someone plateaus?
Yeah, you know what I mean? So at what point should you consider supplementing your diet?
I'm not too big on supplements because you should really get what you need from the foods that you eat. But yes, there are times when people may need to supplement because they're not getting enough nutrients from the foods that they're eating. But slow results, when you hit a plateau, there are things that you can do other than supplementing to get you to your goals. Sometimes maybe you may need to rest. You may need to take a break. You may need to take 1 week, 2 weeks off, and then you start training again. You could also, let's say, maybe need to increase your workouts depending on what you're doing. And also you can make dietary changes to get your results. So it just depends on what results are you looking for, and then what do you need to do when you hit a plateau? Because everybody hits a plateau at some point.
Yeah, it's
everybody.
natural. Yeah.
It can be frustrating, but even when I was doing bodybuilding, there are times I would hit a plateau. It's like, oh God, I'm not at my stage weight. What am I going to do?
Yeah.
When it comes to wellness, how do you help guys who have this issue? Because I notice you also help guys, have stress management and sleep. So how do you help such people who have those kind of challenges?
Stress management and sleep.
Stress management.
So
sleep.
it's very important. The thing is also, when you work out, you get clarity of mind, and when your stress levels are high, it spikes your cortisol level, right? That's the stress hormone. And so if you are looking for results with your workouts and stuff, and if your cortisol levels are high, it's going to be impossible to, especially if you're losing weight, it'll be impossible for you to lose that weight. So I always, give my clients, okay, these are the things you need to check off to ensure that you're having a less stressful day, or that you can manage your stresses as best as possible. Because then you find when they start working out a bit more, they get more confident, they feel happier, and they stress less. They become more energized also. So they have energy to do the things that they want to do or they love to do. And so they're happier about decisions that they make. Guys, people don't understand the benefits of just moving, working out. Like, it trickles down into every aspect
100%.
Area of your life. Even your sleep quality gets better. Correct. Sometimes you're so tired you just go to bed. But yeah.
For me, that's the reason I work out. Like, it's gotten to a point in my life where it's not about looking good. I just want to be very effective at my work. Like, things that I do outside the gym. It affects how I approach my relationships with my partner. You know what I mean? How I go about work over here. I genuinely feel like there's no radio presenter in Kenya that has my energy. Only because I know my squats. I kid you not, there's no radio presenter in this country who does heavier squats than me. And front squats. It's good. Yeah. No. I mean, it's not even about you flossing or whatever. The numbers will speak for themselves. I can put, we could,
So we're setting up a competition.
Twin the gym right now.
Yeah,
call Mine Kigeni,
all of them.
Jeff, call Quatch, call you.
The guys from
anybody.
Capital.
Everybody from Capital, Yeah, but question is.
I could be the judge.
Yes. That would be a good one. Now, let's talk about frequency of training and age groups, especially now for resistance training. How should I approach it? Say I'm in my 40s, I must say 50s, still passionate about the gym, have no injuries, but I still want to be intense. How would you advise somebody like that in terms of how often they should go gym, and in terms of also reps and sets? What's the right thing to do? I know you're going to tell me, okay, people are different, but there should be like a...
Yes, people differ.
Yeah.
But if you have a history of working out, keep working out. Keep doing the things that you were doing. Like for me, I've been working out for a very long time. I mean, to the point where now people can't even guess my age. They think I'm way younger than what I tell them I am. But you just keep doing what you're doing. It's just like, for example, when I was pregnant, because I have a child, I kept working out. I didn't stop.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Just keep doing it, because then
Resistance training.
yes,
Weights.
resistance training. I did cardio. I did everything.
Okay.
Even when I was about to deliver, I was doing squats, all these things.
That's what's up.
Because the thing is, your body remembers. There's something called muscle memory.
Correct.
So you just keep training. If you're doing this, it works for you. You're feeling good. You're not overstressing your body, your joints, etc. You don't feel pain. You don't have injuries. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, but do I have to reduce my reps?
No.
Same in my 50s.
Why would you reduce your reps?
Yeah.
I mean, what is your goal?
Yeah.
I mean, the goal is not to look good anymore. I mean, at that time, you want to, this is what you're doing it to feel better, for the endorphins, for all the long or sustainable habits that you develop in life. Yeah. So.
Do you also give your clients nutrition programs, like, advice on what they should eat?
Yeah, I give them nutrition guidance. I don't tell them eat this, eat that, but I give them like a guidance of these are the meals or the things that you need to have, whether it's your proteins, your carbohydrates, your healthy fats, your micronutrients, and then I give them the sources. This is what you can pick from. So I don't put them on a strict diet like eat this now, because that's more for bodybuilding. For me, I do sustainable fitness.
Okay.
If you want to do bodybuilding, fine.
What's the difference? Sustainable fitness?
So sustainable fitness is something that you can do for the rest of your life that doesn't feel like a chore, and something that you enjoy. So enjoying the foods that you eat, enjoying the exercises that you do, that you can do for a long time. Bodybuilding is not something that you can do for a long time. It's for like a period.
Yeah.
You may do it for 16 weeks, 20 weeks, but it's a absolutely strict diet, just to get down as much body fat as possible. So it's not sustainable.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I like that. So let's break it down. Because you said most, we're not all the same body type. So I know there's the endomorphic bodies and all of that. Would you like talk to us about all of that, and then how you'd structure different people based off of that?
All right. So, well, of course, it depends on their individual goals. So, of course, you have the body type, the endomorph, the ectomorph, and the mesomorph, right? So you have, or let me just make it easier. You have like the slender people who are more slender, and then you have who would call big bone, and then you have, well, the slender people would be more what we'd call the hard gainers. It's harder for them to build muscle and keep it on. And then the endomorph and the ectomorph. So it just depends on what are their goals. And then this is how we'll structure your workout. This is how we'll structure your nutrition. Now, number one, the most important thing is your nutrition. So you can work out until your eyes are blue. If your nutrition, if you're not feeding or fueling your body the way it should be, you will never get to the goals that you want to get to. So no matter your body type, no matter your workout, if you're not fueling your body, then you won't get the results. And it's not just nutrition, of course, sleep, rest and recovery. Those things are important.
Yeah. All right. So as we wrap up, 2 final questions. One is motivational, but I guess the first one is for folks who are excited about getting into the fitness industry as personal trainers. What's your advice to them?
Be passionate about it for yourself first. You have to be able to love and feel and enjoy the benefits of working out and of the benefits of, the endomorphins that you feel, of seeing the results and enduring what it takes to get to a particular goal. So once you can go through and be passionate about that, it would be easier now for you to help someone to do that, because it's not like easy. Like point A to point B is not a straight line.
Yeah.
You have to go around in circles many times for persons to get to their goals. So if you're unable to be passionate about it and feel it for yourself, when your client gets frustrated, you're going to give up.
Okay.
You'll give up.
Yeah.
Because they get frustrated. I mean, yes, there are times they don't do what they're supposed to do, but they do get frustrated.
Of course.
So now you have to be able to push them over that hurdle.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's interesting. And then now, for folks who lack motivation, what would you tell them? And, especially now that we just started the year, guys are struggling to stay consistent and that kind of thing.
Struggling to start.
Yeah. Last year they were consistent. no much results, what would you tell them?
I tell them first to work on their mindset. Maybe what I usually ask maybe clients or anyone really, journal down your why. Why do you want to do this? What's your reason? What is your driving force? When you can figure out what your why is, then it becomes easier to find or take the steps towards your why.
Yeah.
So if your why is, I want to live a long, healthy life, then these are the steps I need to take to live that life. And then you start with one step. Don't try to do everything at once. Start with one step. First step will take you along the way, a long way. Start slow, be consistent, and it will last.
I like that.
For a long time.
Yeah, what's your contact information in case somebody wants to share your story or probably even wants to work with you?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So my company is called Mind Muscle Journey. You can find my website, www.mindmusclejourney.com. You can also find me on YouTube, Mind Muscle Journey. On Instagram, I am Pam_PALAM, Pam_Palam.
Yeah.
Yeah, and on LinkedIn, I'm Pamela Belle. So you can find me across those platforms, but you can find everything that you need on my website.
Yeah.
You can find my merchandise, like what I'm wearing here. I have hoodies,
Dope stuff.
T-shirts.
Yeah. I like that.
Yes, and I also have coffee mugs, so there's everything there. And I just a shameless plug here. I recently started a series, I Survived Pam. So I have merchandise,
nice.
I Survived Pam T-shirts.
Yeah.
If you can survive a workout with me, you can wear that T-shirt with pride. So
Yeah, I like that. I think somebody shared your website as well on our comment section. Martina, or is it Ov?
Martina,
She says that's my trainer. She's right. And then Spin Doctor DJ Bridgie says be passionate about it. It's a motivation that I love right there.
That's awesome.
Good stuff, Pam. Well,
Thank you for
for
having
hanging
me.
out with us. It's
I've
been real.
enjoyed it.
And I love your accent, man. Cheers.
Yeah, it sounds kind
crazy.
of Jamaican.
It sounds amazing. So is that how you talk to your clients?
Does it sound Maju?
Yeah.
Drop in, give me 50 right now. Or you're gonna do 12 laps around the field now.
Around the field now. What you eating now? Eating fries?
I can see the belly coming up now. I love it.
Really cool accent.
94.4 Spice FM, Nairobi.